we're gonna get into some some pretty sketchy conversation here. Hi audience, this is my best friend Matt. Welcome.
Thank you.
To the Marathon Mile.
Thank you.
Who is Matt Silverman?
Oh God. I grew up right here actually, in Alpin, New Jersey. So I chose this road that we're walking on. I haven't walked these streets in over a decade.
The game gets played.
Yep. My
Got
two options.
Picking up.
Give them to me. What are the two options?
Option one, you pick the topic.
Okay.
For a price of $26.20.
Okay.
Option two is I pick the topic.
Okay. Can I offer a third option at a price?
Well, this is exciting. So what is it?
Okay, so the third option, I would like to propose that we do a hybrid of the two. We do the topic that you have in your pocket, and then I also ask you a question about a certain topic. And that price will be 4 times the amount of option one.
That is a good negotiation.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Awesome. Okay, so perfect. Mile 9. I thought about killing you. That's interesting. That's actually a perfect way to segue into my question for you, which is interesting.
So the song's by Kanye West, and it's called I Thought About Killing You. This episode, I have no idea where it's going to go, but this is a powerful song.
Most beautiful thoughts are always besides the darkness. Today I seriously thought about killing you. I contemplate premeditated murder. People say, don't say this, don't say that. Just say it out loud. Just see how it feels.
Yes.
Yeah, just say what comes to your mind.
Yeah.
And don't think about anybody's opinion.
Yeah, don't be so judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start saying stuff that maybe hasn't been talked about. I don't even know if ever. I mean, like in a popular song.
The fact of the matter is people have these dark thoughts. And I think when you don't, I guess, accept that you're having these thoughts and you kind of don't speak about them, you're in a sense bottling it all up.
I have actually developed a system for managing these thoughts.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Think of them as like TV channels or radio stations.
Okay.
Streams of information just flowing through your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you could flip the channel and see a horror movie, right?
Yep.
The same could happen in your mind as you start playing out a horror movie. You're thinking of like the like this would be a really bad thing to happen.
Yeah.
And you're just playing that out.
Yeah.
So you may be, flipping to these dark and scary channels. But what you should recognize is these stations, these thoughts, right? If they're thought about like TV channels or radio stations, you can change the channel.
Absolutely.
And when you're watching TV and you see a horror movie, it's not like you are questioning your identity because you're watching this movie.
That's an incredible way to look at it. That really is.
And I think that could make a lot more people feel less guilty about having these types of thoughts, and I really truly believe it makes sense. If you value that idea of killing somebody or running somebody over as good, right? And you want to do it.
Yep.
Now your identity has made a crucial switch, a very dangerous, crucial switch to society, which must be taken care of.
And the important thing there is to have that realization that you thought it was a good thing.
Yes.
You have to have that realization. I guess.
And be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And take yourself to the hospital.
Absolutely. You just got to switch the thought. Just get it out of there. It's a thought. Everybody believe it or not, everybody has these thoughts. Just get them out. Get them out in the open. Talk to someone that you closely love or feel close with, and say, "Hey, I was just thinking about this today. Because this happened and it triggered this specific thought." And you'd be surprised. They might say, "You know what? That happened to me last week."
I bet that they wouldn't
Really?
respond that way.
Okay.
I bet that most people would be freaked out, weirded that was verbalized, and even if they do have these same experiences themselves, would not divulge that information because of the stigmas. Once again, I don't think we've got to that point where we actually can talk about it.
Okay.
I mean, I want to get there. I wish we were there today, but I bet we're not.
Well, that could actually that point could lead me into my question for you, if you want me to ask it now.
Shoot.
So, you said you want to know when everyone's going to be ready to talk about it. So my question for you would be, do you think that humans as a civilization change, in this case talk about a topic that they don't normally talk about, so that would be changing? Do you think humans only change at the precipice of destruction? When they're at the precipice of doom, will they only change? I can give you an example.
Okay.
Everybody experiences this. So, like the battery on your cell phone, you don't charge it when it's 75% full. You charge it when it's at 10%, right? When you're at the precipice of it dying. That's the only point when you actually put it into charge. Majority of people will wait till the precipice of...
Yeah, some threshold that's reached.
Yeah.
So I think you're talking about threshold. Which is really cool because, by the way, neurons reach thresholds.
Okay.
And at a certain threshold of voltage, neurons open their channels, sodium ion channels, to release an excitation that causes all of thought and perception to occur.
Oh, wow.
So that's how neurons operate, is they reach certain thresholds, and then that's what causes them to excite and causes millions of other neurons to excite in certain areas. And a lot of the reason why I'm so, into this topic is because I've seen the destructive side of mental illness.
Yep.
Like I almost had to, reach this threshold for me to be triggered and to see how powerful it is to have your perception healthy. And what I think is needed is somehow we have to wake up to not wait for the precipice.
Yeah.
And that means
I
not
agree.
being complacent, which is something technology is allowing to happen because it allows us to live more comfortable lives,
in a
being
bubble.
in air-conditioned homes, not having to fight for your food anymore,
Yep.
which could make it harder to see the precipice. In college, I never let myself get poor before I started working, right? Hard. I had the realization that my parents provided for me a good life, and I started working then, not before I was living on the streets.
Okay.
Right? So my threshold was much earlier. If you use that as a microcosm for society, we shouldn't wait till we're dirt poor living on the streets on the topic of mental health before we man the fuck up to bring our minds to a place of mental health. And just being very real, I think is going to do that for us.
Weigh all the options. Nothing's off the table.
Nothing's
Yeah,
off
I
the
thought
table.
about killing you. I think this is the part where I'm supposed to say something good to compensate it so it doesn't come off bad.
But sometimes I think really bad things. Really bad things.
And all of a sudden I got chills.
Because it's like he opened up the door.
He
opened it up, and you're like, "Holy, wow! I can't believe it! Someone opened it."
I bet some people think, oh, he's just fucking around. I think he's coming from the exact same place that I know he's coming from.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is, no, I really do think really bad things.
It's like someone telling a funny joke, but they're being dead serious, but everyone else thinks it's a funny joke. He's being dead serious about it.
I like how he says, this is the part I'm supposed to say something to compensate it.
Oh yeah, this is when I'm supposed to say something good, so it doesn't seem like it's that bad.
Yeah, and I love that.
Because you're not being true to your thoughts and to who you are. You're trying to dilute it or sugarcoat the reality.
And the suffering is real.
It's not sugar-coated. It's
Exactly.
as bitter as it is.
So I like how he spoon feeds the lyrics to most accurately represent true reality of the situation.
Yeah, agreed.
We just reached a mile.
Oh, we did?
Yeah,
Okay. Want to do two?
sure. I'm just gonna record it.
You want to know what I do every day for my mental health?
Yes.
So I say things to myself. There's different quotes that I say to myself, and different things that I try to live by to keep myself sane. One of those things is do something every day that you fear. You're not afraid of the actual thing. Like, for example, if you're in a cage with a tiger, you're not afraid of the tiger. You're afraid of the tiger mauling you.
Yeah.
Which is something I try to tell myself. Like, let's say someone has a fear of heights.
Yeah.
You're not afraid of the height of it. You're afraid of the potential future of you falling wherever you are and dying. Having that is helpful to get over that hump of getting over certain fears. At certain points in your life, sometimes you're ahead and sometimes you're behind. But it's very important to understand that the race of life is long. And in the end of life, you're only in the race with yourself. Everyone else doesn't really matter. It's kind of something I tell myself from time to time.
I want to dedicate Mile 9 to you.
Thank you. Hopefully people see that and take something from it.
You know what else they should do?
What?
Stay sharp.